Summary video on the new Seat Concepts low seat for a 2020 Husqvarna FE350. The top seat is the factory seat. The bottom one is the Seat Concepts. To get to the end, it lowers it. It was advertised lowering it by 25 millimeters, which should be a full inch. My measurements, both on and off the stand, don't indicate that. It looks like basically a half inch, 5/8, maybe 3/4, depending on how you do it. But I'll get in some more detail on that here in a minute. Here's an overview of the two seats. You see the factory seat is obviously narrower. I do like the look of this seat. They do sell a factory low seat, which is advertised as 15 millimeters lower, but still just as hard. I don't mind hard seats. This seat is very hard. So I would assume that the factory one that was a little bit lower would be just as hard. But again, if you're riding off-road or standing most of the time, not a big deal. But I do like the look of this seat generally a little bit better. The Seat Concept seat, more of a grippy material, the shinier vinyl on the side with blue stitching. You have a couple different options, but again, this is the low. But they still flare out the seat here. I'm not a fan of aesthetically, but I know that that makes it comfortable, and more importantly, when you grip the bike with your legs, it helps you from kind of sliding back a little bit. So I think that's why people like it. I don't like this. I just would like a clean seat, and not have that on there. It just bothers me. The other thing is the as I said in the intro, this, I don't really get a full inch out of this. This is supposed to be 25 millimeters lower versus 15 millimeters lower for the original factory low seat. But this is obviously a lot more, a lot softer. As far as the bottom, they did an excellent job. On the bottom, you can't really tell any difference at all. They must have some pretty good modeling software that recreates this seat. You can get supposedly this material and the foam for about $125. Again, this seat was $275, I think. For about $125 or $150, you can just get the material and supposedly reupholster this. That would leave you a narrower seat, but I'm not sure what foam they give you and how all that would look, and I don't have the confidence in my upholstering ability to do that. The benefit of that would be you wouldn't have the seat laying around afterwards, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I got to find a place to store it. But anyway, that's the summary and the construction. All right, this is on the stand, original seat. Looks like right about 39 7/8, just under 40 inches. All right, this is on the stand, new seat installed. Looks like right about 39.5. So it's really, with no suspension sag or anything. Apples to apples looks like about a half inch lower. All right, now you can see I got a helper here right at 37 inches off the stand with the original seat. All right, I did some adjustments here. It looks like just right about 36 1/4, something like that, is the final seat height with it installed. So 36 1/4, and I'll show you what that looks like with my 32-inch inseam. I wear a size 32-inch, and my heel is about an inch off the ground, something like that. So pretty good. I won't have to do any other modifications with it. Also got this ram mount on here, which just clips into the center of the handlebars here. And then this phone would clip in, and then this rubber clips in like that, and then the rubber piece holds it in pretty secure. I used it yesterday, it works pretty good. So in summary, Seat Concept seat, about $275. Real world, looks like maybe 3/4 of an inch, depending how it compresses. You can get a, officially they state 25 millimeters lower seat. Again, you could get a Husqvarna factory low seat, which lowers it by 15 millimeters officially, so somewhere around a half inch, and that seat's only about $125, and you can get that straight from your dealer. So is it worth another $150 for another 1/4 inch of lowering? Depending on how much you ride, if you're doing true dual sport sitting a lot, it might be. This I haven't used one of these, so I can't really attest to how much better this gripping is with the flared sides here. The other thing I was in air about in the intro was you can get this foam in the seat cover, and I said you would still have a narrower seat. I was probably wrong on that because the base is still the same. So you would probably just be putting this foam on top of your original factory base. And then that foam, if you look here, actually just sticks out the side. So that might be a middle of the road option for about $125 or $150. You can get the seat concepts foam and fabric and take it to an upholstery shop and have them staple it on. That might be a good middle of the road. But overall, we'll see how it goes. Thanks.